That's a bit of a walk, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all right, we're gonna look around and find the best spot to set this thing and see what we can use. What do you think about this spot over here, Abe? Let's come over here and look. I planted all around here, so I've got some seeds. We really need some rain, and it's sounding like there's some coming on the distance or out in the distance. Quite a bit popping up.
No, just might.
Do we want to put one? Would we rather put it over here in an area versus over there?
We can't put it right here.
Because so last year there was a spot when I would see deer come through right here and come back that way and completely skip out on that spot. Where's that trail? That trail's right there. And I don't want to be too far down to where I miss the game coming up that way. What if I'm up in this area over here somewhere? Got some cedars back here. This crossbow, I need some lanes. I'm almost digging that. I'm not gonna lie. It isn't exactly spaced how I would like it to be, but that is spaced almost like perfectly for a doorway. I think I found the spot. I think that's going to be the best spot. That gives me a good access point from this spot this way a little bit. I'm gonna have to clear out a good lane, of course. And I've got this spot seeing that trailway, and I could go that way. Okay, Abraham, I think I found the spot. I think this is going to be a good spot. All right. So what we're going to want to do, you see, see these 4 trees right here. This one, that one right behind you, that one, and this one.
That's where you're gonna put it.
Yep, we're going to want to rake this side clean. Here. Be careful. Make sure to be moving a lot. Picking up a lot of ticks and chiggers when we're doing this. So now we need to go and find some sticks that are going to be long enough for the structure. All right. You see over there, I've got some ordered off on the side over there. So let's go and see if we can find any. And if we can, then we can utilize them and tie them up. I'm not sure if those are going to be too weak though. I hope they're not. That's too weak. That's too weak. That birch is like perfect though. Over here. There was quite a bit of dead down trees around here, so I'm trying to use all the trees that are down to do this. I still need another 12-footer, and I still need 2 more of the 7-footers. So we're gonna do this real quick. All right. Let's bring this rope into the middle so we don't get this thing tangled up here. You undo that knot. So first things first. Okay, buddy, we're gonna attach one of these logs to it. Okay. So let's see here. I don't want this one. I'm gonna want that bottom one because it's a little bit more rotted out. So I don't really want anything suspended from this thing. So we can bring that over. Bring that over. Okay. So now we're gonna tie this thing up. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to put this thing in sort of like a pressic. Okay. Actually, let's do a figure. Let's start it out with a figure 8, and then I'll end it with a pressic. Okay, figure 8. You remember? Make it 8. Do that 8. I need to do over here more so I can get around this log. We'll go around. We'll come back through the 8, following it, and over, around.
That becomes a pencil.
And around and through here. Okay, that's a figure 8. Not the best, that's figure 8. So I'm gonna put that there. And we'll probably, right about there. Let me bring this around. Right about there. Now we're gonna bring this nice and tight. All right, and back around to here. We'll tie it off right here. Okay, which actually would probably be best. So let's cut it right about there. Okay, now with rope, it's always best to burn the ends, and that's mainly so that way it doesn't break.
Burnt down.
It gets it all burnt and melted to a point where that's that. So now I can bring this one around and we can grab this, making what we're trying to do is make it really, really tight to the tree.
Then we can just
okay. And we can try to bring it through here again, pulling that super, super tight. Okay.
Just keep on doing that.
And now we should be actually good to tie it off. You're gonna come through. And it's easier to go through that way. We'll just tie it off. So now that is nice and secured to the tree. All right, now we're gonna come over here, do that same thing. We'll figure eight it that way. We can tie it around it. We're gonna lift this thing up like so. We'll bring this.
Like right here, even if
around. And I gotta be careful with this because I don't want to break it. Watch out.
And this is the skinny side. So then we're going to move on to this.
No, we can do all of these real quick. So now we're gonna stagger how these ones go. Okay, so that's a thick end over there. That's a thin end right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do a figure eight again. That just seems to be the better or the easiest way to get it nice and secure where I want it. This is gonna end up being close to about right in this area. Now I'm gonna want to cut this guy before anything and get this guy somewhat into position because I'm gonna need you on the other end, Abe.
Yeah.
To hold it while I get it into position. That's about evenish. Let's come down this way. Okay. Here. Let's get this right here. We'll bind it together. Quite good.
Let's go down the other one.
We'll just tie this in. Yeah. There for me. Just hold there still. Oh, doggy. I'm in the back 40 again. I don't have Abe with me, but it's okay. I'm going to finish up what we were starting on. I really was having a hard time because I really wanted to use a lot of like the dead down logs and dead trees and small little twigs that we have. But I don't want to take all of the twigs that I do have around in this area because I want to try to keep it as natural as possible. Right now I'm going to sort of cheat. All right. I'm letting it out there now. All right. I'm cheating a little bit because I have things that sort of make it very easy. Like, you know, a blind fabric and everything else. So I've never used any of the blind fabric or anything else like that. I'm gonna see what I can come up with and see how this thing's going to end up looking at the end. I guess show you guys where I left it off at. It's still the exact same way. We have these 3 poles out. We gathered more others around and everything, I think I might end up pulling this thing up and bringing up even higher to where I can have a slope and have like a roof to it a little bit. I think that's something I might be doing on that one, but I want to keep going on this and getting this thing rolling. So I'm just going to keep on going and tackling on this and see how it ends up, because I'm very interested on how this is going to turn out and look. So I bet you guys are too. You can see this being a really nice spot, man. All right. Should have that rope still in here. I think first things first, I think I'm going to bring this one up to the top. I think that's going to be my best move. So, that's going to be the fun part. I'm set you right there for right now. All right. I know it seems high, however, I'm hoping that can come down that way. I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I can definitely see things being in my way, though. That's nice. Okay. And some strings for that. together pretty nicely. Not gonna lie. I might bring that one down just a tad bit more, but that makes me happy. Heck yeah, that looks cool. That looks super cool. Alright. So now I gotta get the other side done real quick.
The next day.
I got it done. I got it done. Nice and spacious in here. I like it, dude. Now, I can throw this guy up on the string. Alright. Sit back. Look out that way. Alright. If I wanted to look that way instead, pull that down. Grab this corner. Bring it up. There's that. I can set this thing up in multiple different pitches and ways, which is awesome. This one is really, really cool. Oh, I got a branch on it. I can fold it. Fold it over it and still leave a window. Or if I'm sitting here, that's money right there. That's great. That is awesome. This deer season's gonna be great. Absolutely great. So I got that on there. Got the tarp up. Hopefully it's not windy so it's not smacking around. Hit the back side so I can get back this way. A lot of different ways I can angle this. This is a big area. Doesn't do it justice. But really, really nice. Little 3-foot door opening. Perfect right there. 12 that way, 7 going that way, 12 coming back to the 3-foot or 4-foot opening door. Perfect. I absolutely love it. And I've been getting a lot of activity back here, so should be a good one. All right. I'm hoping this weekend I'm gonna leave this place alone until this weekend, and then I'm gonna sit in that plant. Hope I get myself my first buck. That is pretty much how it's been non-stop. Nothing. However, I have seen squirrel. I've seen a coyote. I've seen plenty of does. It's just buck season. So, yeah. I'll get them on opening deer season, though. I guarantee it. Oh, man. I'm hoping I can get that buck. I'm going to sit here until I can't hunt anymore, and I'm going to walk my booty on home, and that will be the early buck season. I'm pretty sure I got skunked, but I'll know in an hour and 40 minutes. So I'm going to sit here, be quiet for this last little bit, and see what happens. It's no longer early buck season, you guys. It is it. That was my 3-day weekend of trying to get a buck early, at least. I'll tell you what, though, man. I had a great time, even though I didn't get the buck. And I've got some stories to share with you guys, because it was pretty eventful, to say the least. Even though I didn't get to, you know, get myself a buck and all that. I seen so many deer out here, though. So much. I really wish it was opening deer season, not just an early buck season. Because holy crap, man. It really makes me happy, though. And making me look that much more forward to hunting season, because on the 28th it opens fully, and I'm gonna be ready for it. And man, the deer activity is insane. Insane. I literally see, I know that we've got a doe out here with 2 fawns. Okay, those 2 fawns have their dots still. There is another doe out here with a older fawn, not really a fawn, a young doe, because it has no dots. There is another doe that's just out here and about. Then there's another doe with one other fawn. There's so much does out here, it's not even funny, okay? So, makes me happy. Because that shows me that, hey, I'm doing what I'm doing, or what I'm doing is correct. And I'm setting up a nice habitat for the deer to be able to come in and hang out. And I know exactly where they're bedding. I know exactly where they've been going and everything else like that. So I'm trying not to go and mess around with their bedding area at all. I'm trying to stay away from it. And yeah, it was a really cool weekend, and I got to spend a lot of it with my son. Now that's going to bring us to the first segment of our story time with you guys, and I'll bring you guys here in just a second. I just got up to this this hill. Let me catch my breath and I'll start that story time with you here in just a sec. Just grab my card. At the end of this video, I'm gonna try to put in some game camera footage for you guys, so you guys can see what animals I've been seeing out here over the last 2 years or so. But on to that story time for you guys. So Abraham has been almost as excited about this weekend as I have been. And it's been pretty crazy, and it's eye-opening to me that, you know, my son is it's a little mini me and enjoys nature just like I do. And it's awesome that I'm able to share that time with my son. Whew. Gonna get all sentimental. I can't help it, you guys. It's the whole reason why we moved out here. I worked my butt off in the city for a long time. And I miss my family. Like, nobody understands that. Those that are working nonstop to pay for your house that you're never in, and to support a family that you're never around, but yet you sleep in the same house. to go to a dead-end job, not getting paid what you actually are worth or deserve, making owners millions of dollars for you to make nothing, and to not be able to see your family. It hurts, you know, it hurts more than most people realize. And we did that for a long time, me and Mel, and I was the one that was working a lot. And there was many times where I'd go to work, kids are still asleep, come home, kids are asleep, and I don't get to see them. So makes my heart happy to be able to spend that time with my kids and my family, and to be able to do it with something that I enjoy, and just bring my family along with it, and they enjoy it too, and it's not a forced thing. That's just a win-win-win all the way around. Now I'm getting into this a little bit. Sorry. Story time. Abe wanted to come out, and he came out with me this the first morning, you know. Sat out here until about 11. Took him hiking all around the mountain and everything else like that. Got home, got some food, and he was wiped. I was like, well, you can relax, you know, it's all right. I'm gonna go right back out to that blind. So I got up to the blind and everything else like that, and come around like 3 o'clock, Mel texts me and says, hey, Abe wants to come out. Abe wants to be with you out in the blind. He's losing his mind out here. He wants to be out there. So I was like, well, have him grab my micro SD card. Send him on out, because he knows exactly where I'm at. And I'm here within earshot of everything, so I'll be able to tell what's going on and everything else before he gets here. And on the way, he ended up stumbling across a snake. I actually seen that snake the next day. So he sees this snake and he freaks out and runs like no tomorrow. He's like, I'm gonna run to dad. I ain't stopping. I ain't waiting anymore. I ain't going slow. So he comes barreling up the trail while I'm sitting here in the blind. And I'm just waiting on that buck, you know, and I'm hearing rustling. I'm like, I don't know if that's Abe or if that's the buck. Abe gets to about right there next to, I'll show you when I get closer, but he gets about right there, and the buck jumps out and around and runs straight out that way, super fast, to a point I didn't even get to see him, but Abe got to see him. Abe got to see the buck that we were out here hunting for. And it ran off. And I haven't seen him since. Seen a lot of doe, but I haven't seen a buck since. So, and it's one of those things that it's like, man, I was like, what? The one thing I was looking for and trying to get, you just scared him off. And I looked over at my son and I could tell that he was like, man, is he gonna come back? Is he not going to come back? Did I scare him off for good? Like, what? And I looked at him and I was like, son, it's okay. If he doesn't come back, it's all right. All right, he's probably gonna be gone, and he's probably not gonna come back for a couple of weeks. And if he does come back, he's probably not gonna come back to this area in particular for quite some time. He's like, man, I'm sorry, Dad. And I'm like, well, it's all right. I'm not really too upset about it. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, you know, gut punch. But at the same time, I'm really happy that he got to see the buck. That makes up for me not being able to get him and see him. My son saw him in person. The buck that I've been spotting and scouting and everything else and why we came up here and set this thing up, he spotted them. So that right there makes up for everything. He got to see it with his own 2 eyes. And not only that, but in a reaction aspect of what the buck's do and running off and scurrying, he was like probably 20 feet from the buck when it ran off. Like, he was close. He was like, that buck was huge and he scared the living heck out of me. What the heck? But he was, the buck was over here hiding in that brush area. Abe was over here coming. Abe was probably like right there. And that buck went right through right here. Super quick. So that happened. I was like, man. So the next day, told Abe, I was like, look, if you want to come out with me again this morning, you can. I'm like, it's going to be super cold and whatnot. I'm like, but it's up to you. But he was like, man, I'm tired, Dad. I'm sorry. Because we were out pretty late. So he slept in. And then on the afternoon, when I came back and got myself some lunch and everything, and came back out, he came with me. And when we came out here and everything else like that, we ended up getting all set up. And the second that we got set up and we sat down, we saw a big coyote, a huge coyote. It was quite a ways away. So we just sort of sat there and looked at him and, you know, really enjoyed the glory of the wildlife out here. And we've seen a lot of squirrels, a lot of bunnies. We've seen a lot of doe, and it was a great weekend. And then the third time, when it came down, Abe, you know, the third day is Monday, and that was a school day. So Abe stayed home, and I came out and everything else like that. And I was just looking all over the place, going everywhere, going anywhere and everywhere. And definitely walked across a lot of doe that day. Like, I ran into probably the same 2 doe, chasing them all over the dang property. I don't know how many times. And then I was sitting over there in that blind and I seen those 2 doe come out over there. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, this deer season's gonna be good. I just want to get myself that buck. We might end up actually walking up on some here in a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep it a little quiet for you on this next little portion of the hike. I don't know if you guys have really seen this part of the property over here, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's a spot where I'm trying not to go to so many times. I'm sort of really saving that spot for this next deer season. Once it actually opens up, I think I'm gonna go and sit out over there. But when I came and checked my cameras yesterday, just before I called it, there was a doe sitting here. There was another doe sitting over here. And yeah, there's a lot of activity, man. It's insane. Insane! I still can't believe it, you guys. So yeah, this early buck season, I got skunked, but at the same time, I didn't. That's because I was able to spend time with my son and be able to really enjoy nature, because there's so much of nature out here, and it is a bit to come out here and enjoy nature for long periods of time. Like, I mean, I can come through here and walk through and whatnot, but if I want to spend a few hours, that is taking a bit away, and I don't want to take that away from my family. So it makes me happy that I was able to spend it with my son and to be able to spend it with him out here. And I have a feeling that one of these days, when I take the whole family up, and we'll sit in that blind way back there, and we'll just enjoy watching nature. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and definitely stay tuned till the end. We'll have some game camera footage for you, and show you guys what kind of animals and wildlife do we have out here on the 41.36. There's a lot, you guys. There's a lot. Respect nature, because if not, nature will always win. I'm just saying, all right? Respect nature. Anywho, we love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me, building the blind, going on little hikes and sits with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But until the next one, you guys, we love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, later.